Yo, what's going on? It's Momo Head Movement TV. Hala Mala Talavala with the main man, Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Back in the UK. Good to see you here, as always, with the big fights as well. Get your insights. We'll go straight from the first one. Lomachenko and Luke Campbell. Can Luke Campbell win?
Yeah, I think Campbell has the ability to trouble Lomachenko. You know, if you can go all the way and win, you know, it's there to be seen. I think it's tough to pick against Lomachenko, but Campbell has a certain pedigree to him. You know, besides having that Olympic gold medal, it's the height, it's the reach, it's the fact that he knows how to use that height and reach very well. Southpaw stance, some good speed, and that good speed allows him to be able to, you know, possibly have some good timing and be a bit more rangy against Lomachenko, the shorter Lomachenko. Vasily had a little bit of trouble with that length and height of Linares. As a matter of fact, he was dropped with a right hand. So you know, I mean, there's possibilities there for Luke, because he has the ability to know how to use what he has and to bring some good technique behind it. But you always expect Lomachenko to make the adjustments, and he always does make the adjustments. So at the end of the day, if Lomachenko starts to make those adjustments, how fast is Luke going to catch on and be readjusting back? You know, well, one of the main reasons Lomachenko wins is it's of his consistency. He's consistently just beating you to the next move and beating you to the punch, and you're starting to get your timing better and better.
Linares took one break and got stopped.
And his consistency is really the key. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how Luke can deal with that consistency that Lomachenko brings.
Okay, the rest of the card, we're down at Huey Fury and Povetkin.
Yeah, Fury is a good fighter. He's up-and-coming. I saw the last fight with Sam Peter. He looked a bit lackluster. It looked like he did just enough to just get through the fight. Didn't really emphasize maybe the way he could have, you know. And I think Peter was kind of slow and plodding and kind of done, so he wasn't able really to close the gap. But I think we'll get to Povetkin will look to close the gap in a much more emphatic way. So I think Huey's going to have to, you know, land some bigger shots or land some more emphatic, even with the jab. You know, it's fine if you're using the jab to keep a guy away from you, but I think Fury needs to really be more emphatic with it, really smash it down the pipe a little bit harder, just to get that respect level from Povetkin and keep him at that range, because Povetkin is going to be looking to close the gap with a bit more enthusiasm than Sam Peter was trying a few months ago.
And Charlie Edwards, friend of yours.
Yeah, Edwards is in a pretty tough fight. You know, this guy's coming, you know, with those Latin American fighters, those Mexican fighters. They come with a set of determination, a solid skill set, and they're dirty and they're in your face the whole time. You know, there's something that we've seen Edwards learn in the Casemiro fight is how to deal with guys like that. So he's gonna have to go back to the bag of tricks that he was able to learn in the Casemiro fight and then bring about in his title-winning effort. And I think he's gonna have to go back to that same kind of bag of tricks, because this guy's gonna be in his face and he's gonna be dirty and he's gonna be mean. So Edwards is gonna have to be consistent.
Okay, I don't know if you caught up on the Yard and Covenant fight over the weekend.
Yeah, Yard comported himself well. You know, it was a good fight for him, and I think he'll have made more of a name for himself on the international level than any of his wins prior to that. You know, and sometimes that happens. That actually happened to me with Miguel Cotto. You know, like I probably got more notoriety in the loss than I had in the 21 fights prior to that. You know, and I think Yard kind of did the same thing here in the Kovalev fight. You know, he came up a little bit short, obviously, but in the end, his performance is going to be key in probably putting him into the mix with the light heavyweight, top light heavyweights.
And it makes a future fight with him and Joshua Buatsi more interesting.
Yeah,
I think
interesting, and a domestic level fight between them two now can be discussed, talked about, and legitimate.
And Paulie, I hate to do it, and I hate to bring up the whole situation. Are you fully retired now?
Yeah, I think so.
The bare knuckle, is there any?
Yeah, bare knuckle. I mean, I can't do it. My hands just can't survive it. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if I would go through a decision like that again, I'd probably put one of the judges in the hospital. So I'd rather not have to deal with any of that either. You know, but I think my hands probably are the biggest key factor to probably not letting me do that again.
And obviously, Conor Mcgregor. There's been a leak of more footage of the video, still not the full video of the sparring. Any of the sparring see that?
No, I don't think you're ever going to see the sparring. But I do think you should see when you look at the short left hand, you land on the old guy, and then the short right hand, you landed on me. If he didn't hurt an old guy when it was with his left hand and he's a lefty, how do you expect that the short right hand he landed against me in the little knockdown video clip to really score a knockdown? You know, with 16-ounce gloves and headgear. But he's hitting old men with a clean left hand. short left hand the same way, and his left hand, he's a lefty, and the guy didn't even budge. I thought that was pretty
pretty impressive from the
Not really, the guy doesn't hit hard, so it's not impressive when you realize he's always been on rated power, like I said.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was just going to ask you what's your reaction to the whole situation, the old guy situation.
I think, McGregor did a good job of making a big name for himself, and I think that's always fine. I think you always work to get to your goals, and you always work to get to where you want to be in life. But when you're a shitbag, money's just going to make you more of a shitbag. And I think at the end of the day, certain things he's done, and this wasn't the first one, shows he's a shitbag person. I mean, I knew he was a shitbag when I met him 3 years ago. I think people didn't want to recognize it then. I think more and more people recognize it now. But really, I was always raised, and I'm a European, and I think McGregor's a European, and that culture, at least in our culture, you're always raised to respect your elders, and regardless if an older person is in the wrong, you don't disrespect them and you don't go against them, let alone hit them. You know what I'm saying? This guy's twice McGregor's age, and McGregor's taking a swing at him because the guy didn't want a shot of whiskey, you know what I'm saying, or a shot of whatever it is, Scotch whiskey. What does he make this guy? Whatever it is, but he didn't want it. We don't know the exchange of words, but regardless, even if the guy had been rude, and I don't think the guy had been rude. I mean, nobody actually knows what the guy actually said. People make up what he said, but nobody actually was there to know what the guy actually said. But regardless of how he said it, this is a guy that's twice your age, and I don't think you ever disrespect a person twice your age. I was always raised that way. You kind of just let it go over your shoulder, over your head, and just whatever. As an old person, you can disagree and you just move on, But I think when you had even yelled at the guy, I think it would have been wrong. But to take a swing at the guy shows you who he is.
It is a bit far. Do you think there's any comeback for him in terms of, do you think he'll hit the same levels he did in the fight game, or do you think...
I think everything he did was very calculated, and it's tough to be very calculated in the weight class he fights at right now, because it's very tough fights for him. I think, he's the kind of guy who will only make a move if it's calculated, and right now he can't calculate any moves that are gonna be his advantage, He caught Aldo at the tail end, he caught Alvarez when he was on the tail end as well, as Alvarez is now since left. I think he's very, very good and very adept at picking his fights at a good time. And right now, he's not in a situation where it probably benefits him to fight. But I think if the right situation comes up, when he sees it as a winnable situation, I think he'd take a chance.
And before I let you go, any good prediction on the Khabib-Poirier fight?
Poirier's a good fighter.
Boxing pretty well as well.
Poirier's a good fighter, and he impressed me in the Holloway fight. It's just hard to pick against Khabib right now. Khabib is a different level right now, and then, just on him as a whole. I mean, just to be undefeated in MMA is very difficult. You don't get to have a run up to your title in ways when boxing does, where you're kind of learning on the job, and you're kind of upping the ante a little bit at a time so that you get mature. You kind of just have to fight everybody in MMA, So the fact that guy's undefeated shows you it's a different level. It's a different level of human being. It's a different level of fighter. There's even great MMA fighters that are not undefeated, because it's so hard to be undefeated in that sport.
Yeah. Okay, that's no problem. Thank you, Paulie, for your time as always. Really appreciate it, and happy to have you back in the country. Hope to see you soon, my friend. Momo Head Movement TV. Hala Mala Talavala. Paulie Malignaggi.